What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give some tips on how to defeat the final boss in Mortal Shell. Hopefully this video helps some of you so you can start the New Game Plus, and if this does, please leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get started. Alright, so let's start with gear. Now in my honest opinion, gear is based on your preference and what you have found to work for you. However, for the majority of this game and this boss fight especially, I have been using the Martyr's Sword and the Teal Shell. Regarding Teal Shell, I have everything unlocked for it. However, if you don't want to waste time farming for tar, I would recommend at least having Accretion of the Resolve, which makes it so sprinting does not cost stamina. Next, I would also have Accretion of Endurance, which gives a damage boost when your stamina is low, and then Accretion of Ascent, which has a 20% chance of damage taken affecting stamina and not health. Like I said, if you can't unlock all of these right now, Accretion of the Resolve is the most important to unlock, at least for this fight. For upgrades with the Martyr's Sword, I would say these are not a must, but I do have both upgrades equipped and 3 quenching acids applied for a damage boost. Quenching Thirst can be found throughout the game or in the frog chests, but again, these are not going to make or break this guide for defeating the final boss. Now for the Tarnished Steel infusion, I will only be using the healing infusion, which is going to be very important during this fight to regain health if you run out of heals. Okay, moving on to the fight, these tips are going to be absolutely crucial to defeating the final boss and making it a lot easier, so I will discuss them in order. Alright, tip number 1, when to attack the boss. The best time to attack the boss is when he is very close to you. You will be depending on your hardened skill to lay a couple combo hits to him. As shown in the video, the approach I take is to dodge his initial attack. With the Teal Armor stamina boost and dodge miss, this should be pretty easy. Then I will start my combo, which usually allows me to do 1 to 2 hits before I need to use the hardened ability. Once I harden and the damage is negated, I will then deliver one last hit to the boss before using the last of my stamina to dodge away and be in the clear. Also, an important thing to point out is that I am only using light attacks, not heavy. I have found if you can land 4 hits on him with the sword, you will stagger him, which gives you an opportunity to lay more damage down or take a quick breather. Once I am in the clear, I let my stamina recharge as well as my hardening skill before rushing back in, and this whole entire process is going to be what you're going to be doing for the majority of the fight. Please take note that if you know you can only land 1 hit based on your judgment, no need to try and get an actual combo and risk dying. Alright, tip number 2 is going to be the final boss's attacks. So there are several different attacks that this boss does, and they change as you deal more damage. For the first half of his life, he will mainly focus on being in close combat with you, where he will either hit with his right arm, do a long sweep hit with his left arm, or try to hit with his beak. Either of these are relatively easy to dodge, which is when you should then start your combo. If you're looking to use your parry or riposte, I would recommend doing it on the beak because this is easier to time. However, I would not recommend you even using your parry on the final boss, and I will explain that very shortly. Another attack to watch out for is his swinging tail. Occasionally, if you are on his side, he will either try to roll back and forth or hit you with his tail. I would suggest avoiding the hit, of course, but also not following up with a combo from here. Try to keep the combos in front of him. The rolling he does is only back and forth once, which is then over, so if you dodge back a couple times, you can avoid these and watch him roll like he has an itch. Next for the attacks is the obvious wave pool that he does. In this attack, he will jump back quite a bit, which will send waves of water at you, usually 2 or 3 waves. What you need to do is dodge roll directly into these, or else they will knock you down and cause damage. Be aware that the final boss will either do one of 2 things. He will either fly up in the sky and drop gigantic water droplets on you, or come straight at you like he usually does when he's from far away. Simply dodge both and you should be fine. Next is the aerial body slam he does. Once his health is below 50%, you will notice he will dive underground and then come up into the air and prepare to try and body slam you. This attack is unavoidable, which means you need to use your hardening ability as he is in the sky. Hold whatever button you're using for it, and then after he breaks your hardened shell, follow up with a single hit before dodging backwards. Tip number 3, how to deal with the spawns. Now this is something I found very aggravating because I was doing well with the boss, and then from nowhere, here comes 20 little spawns trying to attack me. For 1, these spawns can be 1 hit with their Martyr's Sword, and 2, they are actually very beneficial to this fight. When the spawns are chasing you, run away from the final boss and let the spawns chase you. You will notice the final boss does not try and attack you, but rather crawls in your direction very slowly. Because your sword is slow, what you need to do is a light attack against a group of these spawns. followed by an immediate hardening before your attack hits. Once they hit you and your harden breaks, your attack will land and kill off a group of them. However, and this is very important, save 1 or 2 for last. These last ones we are going to use our seal or parry on, so wait for them to attack you, which they almost always jump in the air to do so, and then parry. This will allow you to heal yourself, which heals for quite a bit of health and is important for keeping your health up during the fight. Once you have finished the rest of the spawns, start attacking the final boss again. Alright everyone, those are my tips for defeating the final boss. Now if you want to leverage some of your scriptures or tokens during the fight, by all means do so. However, I wanted to give you a simple way to defeat the boss that is not reliant on any of these. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more guides coming very soon. If you would like to follow me outside of YouTube, you can find me on Twitter at _saribro, where I post daily gaming news, guides, tips, and much more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.